In 1651, Thomas Hobbes published Leviathan, where he reflected on a state of nature where everyone had absolute liberty to do as they willed. The state of nature would result then in a war of all against all, and the life of man would be solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. To escape this state of nature, Hobbes argued we would agree to live under an absolute sovereign so long as that ruler provided security from fear. In other words, the king is legitimate as the alternative is worse. Hobbes' logic of acting to prevent something worse has stood the test of time. We've employed it here of late as well. Hobbes was a problem solver. The problem he saw was the chaos of anarchy during the Civil War of his time. However, humanity needs more than fear of something worse. So, in 1689, John Locke published the Second Treatise of Government. In his version of the state of nature, all men are created equal by God with the natural rights of life, liberty, and property. If that last line sounds familiar, you might do well in a Foundations of American Democracy course. The legitimacy of rulers, then, for Locke, is tied to protection of individual rights. It is not enough simply to be better than the alternative. Leading people requires protecting their core values. King George III tried Hobbes' argument with a bunch of colonists once, stick with me or things will get worse. But at some point, we resist the fear of something worse and stand for our rights. A tale of humanity, a tale of America. Locke was a problem solver. The problem he saw was the oppressive monarchies of his time. One legacy of Locke is the ongoing struggle to balance our rights, which we face to this day. Free speech, protests, safe, secure campuses, academic freedom, intellectual policy, and more. We face all of these challenges as we are the problem solvers of our day. The challenges facing higher education are national. Nothing we have addressed is unique to North Carolina. However, I would argue we have been more successful at addressing those challenges independently and meeting stakeholder expectations as a system than can be seen in other states. How have we been successful? First, we listened to each other to consider new ideas and solutions. For example, in March, Faculty Assembly invited Dr. Jenna Robinson of the James L. Martin Center for Academic Renewal to present to Faculty Assembly on her proposal to improve general education. Also, Faculty Assembly leadership and campus chairs met with President Hans and Andrew Tripp on the new equality policy for over 90 minutes. A policy that, like Locke, reinforces core values such as academic freedom. Mr. President, thank you for providing us that opportunity. It will improve the understanding and implementation of the new policy. Second, we've had a focus on good processes. As I said in my February remarks to you, the process we use determines the trust we build. Consistent with that, Faculty Assembly voted to endorse a resolution recommending future collaborations modeled after the Faculty Policy Initiative. To quote the resolution, this process involved working together as part of a system in which we identify the problem, brainstorm solutions with stakeholders, make proposals, gather feedback, and then bring forward a collaborative solution. Third, collaborative implementation. Right now, faculty and administrators are working to implement solutions to faculty workload, post-tenure review, and the new Foundations of American Democracy requirement. There have been very positive proposals put forward for how our institutions will operate more efficiently, effectively, and improve civics learning for our students. One of the things I appreciate about this audience is everyone here is a problem solver. We try our best to ensure that we are solving the right problem, that we are listening to those who can help, we're clearly communicating what we are doing, and that we're connecting solutions to our core values. For this, all of us face criticism for our efforts. Some of it constructive, much of it from those in the privileged position of not having to offer a realistic solution of their own. Still, like Hobbes, Locke, and many others, we persevere to the good, or at least the less bad. Personal note, this is the end of my second year with you and concludes my first term as chair. I want to take a moment and recognize Randy Ramsey, for all he's done to be welcoming and inclusive and consultative with me over these 2 years. You, sir, are a problem solver, and boy, does the president know it. You've helped us accomplish a lot, and I thank you for that leadership. Next fall, I will begin my second and final two-year term as chair. The Faculty Assembly and I look forward to continuing working with you all to provide reality-based solutions to our shared challenges. To paraphrase Prince, let's go, but let's not go crazy. This concludes my report.
I'm really glad I don't have to follow him. So I now call on Governor Blue for the report of the committee.